another feature here. And this woman, by the way, yeah, when I have a feature, I'm like, yeah, I'll have a feature and it's fine, my birthday. This woman is like, well, I'm going to have a feature every single goddamn day this week, it seems. Like, you don't get a chance to breathe. It seems pretty awesome. But the thing is, every open mic host be like, yep, you've got that week because you are that phenomenal. This woman, I probably even shouldn't say anything because everybody knows how great she is. Even when she's going to be doing classic pieces that we all know, which I don't know if that she's going to be doing that kind of stuff. But this is a woman that is a great, great performer. Past Beast Woman and actually substitute running for open mic feature hosts when they weren't around. This woman is amazingly talented and is always entertaining to watch. Which is why I'm really thrilled that I've got a second feature this evening from, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Robin Fine!
I'm a little shorter. First of all, you guys know what today is? It's Janet's anniversary. How many years have you guys been married?
14.
Congratulations, you guys.
There are sevens.
Yeah, there are over sevens. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Kristen, for bringing the cake. It was really good. My birthday is actually Saturday. So
It's a week of celebration.
it's a week of celebration. I'm going to do some new stuff, some old stuff, some fun stuff. Hi, everybody. My name is, my name is Robin, and I came here today to tell you that, I'm Robin. I'm here today to tell you that I am an addict. Yep, I'm an addict, a pincushion longing for every prick, a panting dog with dreams of liquid gold running through my veins, that feral cat searching through the garbage for the last bit of catnip. I am in love with a thing. Mama always craved store-bought, Grandma only homegrown. She would always say, sugar, if you can't taste the deep, dark South American jungle dirt on the tip of your tongue, then your stash just ain't no good. You see, I am an addict. Heart pounding like a racehorse in heat, flesh burning from outside in, hair rises up to me, goosebumps, razor blade nerves, slice through muscles, scratching from inside out. I must feed this hunger every single day. You see, I am an addict. That sweet pungent odor must penetrate my lungs. If I could breathe it instead of air, I would. Hands become shaking and clammy. I want to paint my body with it. And I'm sorry. I came here today to tell you this. I'm an addict and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that ant infestation under the bed from leftover chocolate wrappers. I'm sorry for selling all your precious bowling trophies to pay for last year's Halloween chocolate from Costco. I'm sorry for stealing all the Valentine's Day chocolate from your office, then blaming the cleaning. You see, chocolate doesn't hit, it does not leave scars, it paints over the bruise marks, soothes a broken heart, fills an empty soul. Chocolate does not judge when you screw up. Yeah, I am an addict. I need to feed this hunger every single day, flesh burning from inside out, hands shaky and clammy, fireworks exploding in my belly, brain cells on fire, I'm dancing and I'm screaming, oh hell! Does anybody have a Butterfinger? This is something new. Doesn't have a name. Still kind of tweaking it a little bit. Trying to memorize it is what I'm trying to do. So we'll see what I can do. You tell me you love me. Ask me to believe. I watch your face for a glimpse of my smile. Reflections of indifference stare back. I don't believe you. Sometimes your voice tastes like holy water. I drink in every blessing. Sometimes your words fall like broken glass from mouth to skin. My palms are calloused from wiping clean the stain of uncertainty. I look for resurrection in the margins of your arms, but I seem to have misplaced your promise. Stuffed deep inside my pockets, things are less real when they stop seeing the light. And I miss the moon. I miss the dance between shadow and shape. Sometimes my wings are bent, I fly and fall in on equal parts. Sometimes I can't find the sky. I look down at the clouds tangled inside my ankles. But there is something intimate about shredded bone and tissue, about molding misshapen body parts into something different. What if I could unzip my skin, map the geography of each scar, peel away each layer of heart, scoop out the origins of me? These are the blueprints of my body. If only I could be an ocean split open, a melody ripped to current. If only I could climb inside my eyelid, each eyelid, and taste the salt on my lips, lick clean any condensation of sadness. So you tell me you love me. You ask me to have faith. If only I could gather up the whole of me back through my ankles, maybe then. One of the things Oz was talking about is that we do some collaborations, and I've been fortunate that I am now an internationally published poet because, unbeknownst to me, we were playing back and forth, sending poetry back and forth and back and forth. He submitted one of our poems, and it is in February's issue of Dreamcatcher, and I am now an international poet. And I'll do that one a little bit later in honor of you. But this is another one that we worked on, and I think this is something we should talk about setting up because I think it's pretty awesome. It's called Ice. I've learned not to breathe, to draw rose and lavender without choking, to not break the silence between night and day. But I need you to teach me how to exhale, to float along the cloud's edge, moonlit and shadowed without falling. I need you to teach me how to laugh again, to wrap myself in mourning, fingerprinting frost flowers in the window to the world I haven't seen so long. What happened to the little girl with all the light and promise, who loved to play hide and seek, who loved to run with the wild things, who loved to chase the sun from the evening sky, the little girl who loved and lost, scared down the rabbit hole, caught in the web of dead roots and can't find my way back. So I've learned not to breathe, learned the art of not dying at daybreak, but not living either. So I need you to teach me to welcome the day when broken dawn no longer calls, to turn my face to a sun I know must still be there, to breathe songs into frozen birds that hang still mid-flight on a sky that has forgotten blue. And I need you to teach me to swim through the ice clouds, to stretch arms and legs and lungs into the slow motion of my true self, the fearless dreamer at the heart of the labyrinth, the eye of the pearl. I need you. Okay. You know, it's as poets, one of the things we try and do is we really try and get out there and write as many pieces as we can. And this is, I think this is from last year, the 30 Poems in 30 Days. 2 short ones. Your song pulsates through my memories, an epitaph to an unfinished love affair. You painted me the color of ocean, emeralds and sapphires, open-mouthed, consuming body parts. Your light pressed against my spine, there was fire in your fingertips. Skin wrapped around skin, I was your heartbeat till the moon called. The wind rose and fell to the dance of another's pheromones. A body's landscape changed with each breath, and I missed the ebb and flow of your arms, my hands still searching for something, for anything to hold on to. I've tried to understand the language of your heart. You offered me a taste, bitter on my tongue. Maybe this time we'll get it right. Wishful thinking trapped between tightrope and sky, but everything shadows with you. I'm left with a mouthful of stale resolutions, shards of bloody endings, leaving me to pick up the pieces. Maybe next time I'll bring the Band-Aids. As I mentioned, I was very excited when all of a sudden I got an email from Oz saying, we're having our poem published. I'm like, huh? Okay. And so it was pretty cool. Thank you for sending me my copy. It's called Dreamcatcher, but this is called Shoot Dreams of Feathers, and I adapted a little bit because people from the Beast Woman loved it when I auditioned with it. They loved it so much, they wanted me to include it in my thing. So I adapted a little bit for Beast Woman, but here it is. She dreams of feathers, blue-green metallic sheen fanning wide, reflecting new glows, spreading through light, clothing limbs into elegant, powerful lines. She dreams of flight, bending bars, breaking locks, smashing windows, flashing to open sky, to fly high above receding chains and shackles, crackling with life and with fire. I'm thinking hands conspire to clip her wings to blunt definition, constrain her to dull flesh simplified, contained within a cage of words, built on dirt and sand. But she is me, and I am her. Look into the mirror. Self-conscious marks the flesh where certainty lies. Reflections of what-ifs and maybes peek through the looking glass. The taste of freedom at fingertips reach, and I pray. I pray for the wind to lift me, an unmelting Icarus to the sun. Paint this body gloriously invisible, blinding you and the world to my escape. This is another sort of mid one I thought you guys would like. We have become strangers till death do us part. Hold on. My curves no longer fit into the rough edges you used to love to smooth. You store me on a shelf between the odds and the empties, our bellies filled with the bitter aftertaste of monotony. Can we pretend? Pretend you still love my meatloaf, Julia Child in 3D black and white. Pretend you love my feet, wrap your arms around my waist before babies and breastfeeding. I wish I could memorize these. I am Ginger, you are Fred. We dance around the kitchen tiles to the rhythm of our own bodies. Pretend we aren't broken, maybe just a little bent. Fragmented circles sculpted into perfect symmetry. And I'm still intoxicated with the man I used to know. Somewhere in the twilight, you are still undressing me with your mind. We bathe our scars in the moonlight of silence, bleed happy into crevices of skin. You will swallow all this indifference with your fingertips. I will sharpen my claws with anticipation. Feed me from the corner of your heart you call lust. Feed me with your breath. Wipe clean each indiscretion. With the palm of your tongue, I want to swallow. No, I want to savor your liquid between my thirsty lips. Water me between heart and thigh. I want to blossom into something unexpected, something extraordinary. But we seem to play on different battlefields now. I scream in my empty voice between apocalypse and technicolor dreams, only deaf ears for companionship. We've become this human jigsaw puzzle drenched in red. Pretend. Pretend we have nothing to hide. Peel away each layer of skin to smooth, unblemished perfection. Pretend we came here to this point with good intention and pray. Pray for the part of flesh which has no wrinkles, and I am perfecting the art of female martyrdom. Maybe next time you, me, we. Maybe next time you can get it right. Earlier in this year, I was asked to be involved with a poetry venue that was about faith. And so this is where this came from. Doesn't have a title. And again, it's still in the tweaking section way of doing it, as all you poets know that. In Judaism, it is the female that carries the bloodline, while it is the male who is always placed on a pedestal. I never understood this blind faith follow God without question. But good little Jewish girls were meant to be compliant. Love their mothers, know how to keep house, make sons, make perfect chicken soup. This was the privilege of my faith. I lived with the constancy of bruised knees and split lips from trying to climb outward. A mother's embarrassment. Why can't you be more like other good little Jewish girls? They love and obey their mothers. I prayed for unraveled skin, for broken bones mended into new patterns of absolution. So tired of always being on the outside looking in, I prayed for salvation and found refuge in the synagogue. Yeah, the synagogue, who would have thought? Every Saturday, I would crawl into my dad's old Buick, in the backseat of my dad's old Buick, breathe in my own reflection smashed against the window. Concrete roads transformed into sand dunes and camel routes. Bucket seats became my saddle, Lake Michigan, the Sea of Galilee. Teachers would share stories of old Jerusalem, of ancient Persia and Egypt, of temples built and destroyed and built and destroyed again. We were God's chosen people, and I was a daughter of Israel. A holy warrior like Leah and Rebecca. I would learn to carry their history along the length of my spine. Their battle scars would become my body armor. Their strength embedded in my DNA. This bears repeating. You see, behind every great man, there is always the strength of a woman. Abraham had Sarah, Jacob had Rachel, and I would always be a daughter of Israel. I'd always be a holy warrior. With these hands I will lift you with the strength of 1,000 gods. If I had a daughter, I would build her a ladder, teach her to climb, revel in her bruised knees and split lips, to never forget her true origins. She was never meant to be chained to someone's ego in God's name, and that pedestal would always be hers for the taking. And I'm going to finish up as everybody knows, I am a chocoholic.
Yay!
And I start with chocolate and I'm going to end with it. I went looking for Mr. Goodbar. Mars told me he could make me sing just like a symphony. I told him he was chock full of nuts. Mrs. Fields gave me Ben and Jerry offered me kisses, thought they could score, make my heart mint and melt away, but their game was slower than turtles. Rollo offered up his chunky bar, but he was no more than a junior mint, and without all those luscious calories. I love those luscious calories. Kit Kat and Peppermint Patty offered to switch hit, but Heath can offer me his hard, dark nugget. At last, I found them. The three musketeers, they wrapped themselves around me with their buttery fingers, their mouths melted in my mouth, not in my hands. They took me to the Milky Way and back. You snickered at my almond joy. All you could say was Seventh Heaven would always give me Baby Ruth.
Just like, you'll have to excuse me, I have to pick up all of my poetry now. That was a flip. And by the way, that was awesome. Which you probably have done this before for, I'm going to start a feature with, hi.
I have.
My name is Robin, hi. I thought that was really good. And that's a great way. That's a great way to start it. That's a great, I know. And that poem is a great way to start. Hi, I'm Robin. Hi. I think that's awesome. That's very cool. So I was just giving you props. And John's like, I'm gonna help you pick up all the poems. I wanted to say some things about upcoming features before we do the song we did at the beginning of the open mic, but because some people weren't here, we're going to do it again because it's our wedding anniversary. First things first, I wanted to talk about upcoming features that are going to be here because we're running every 2 weeks. And as I usually say, every feature and then the open mic gets to be a podcast. But this open mic's not going to be a podcast. Well, maybe later at the end of the year if we happen to have a vacation, because we happen to have two great features that are going to be the podcast for it. Not only will we get YouTube clips, but also podcasts. But in 2 weeks, oh my God, in 2 weeks we've got another double feature night. Because not only do we have Virginia Hunt, we also have Roberta Miles, which will be an awesome woman. I am totally looking forward to that in 2 weeks. And then at the beginning of June, that's on May 21st, but at the beginning of June 4th, we've got Eric Esden that's going to be the feature, which he's such an awesome reader. I heard him so. And it also happens to be the release of the 21-year anniversary issue of CC&D. So I would say I might bring a cake, but it might be something like we should all do shots because CC&D will be old enough to drink, or something. Whoa. Actually, the cover of that issue is a sample of somebody giving an ID to somebody, a flashlight on an Illinois driver's license that shows a picture of CC&D covers with a signature of CC&D magazine on it, and that it was started in 1993, and so it's 21 now, so maybe we should all do shots for it. But I think I might ask every open mic poet to come up, even if they've never had anything in CC&D before, to read something that's ever appeared anywhere in CC&D. People like Janine Ravaslut, they could read another poem that was once in CC&D. Or somebody could say, I don't have anything to read, I'm going to read this haiku by somebody, I don't know who, but just to read something to get it out of the way. Then in the end of June, that would be June 18th, that happens to be my own feature, because it's right around my birthday. So I'm doing a feature and I'm going to read a bunch of haikus, and I'm asking half of you to join me in that as well. You're going to even read a haiku. He's going to read a haiku for it. Everybody reads a haiku for it. And if you want to know anything about the schedule, you can always check it out at www.kduckarts.org/thecafe right here at Gallery Cabaret.